So we're going to go over how to set up in-app purchases in a buzztouch app. This is going to be using a plugin, the in-app billing plugin by Nad the Vlad, and I've already got a lot of this set up in my app, so I'm not going to show you how to set it up. I'm just going to show you the stuff that I did inside inside my member or inside my iTunes Connect account and my Apple Developers Member Center. So I'm going to start in the Member Center. I'm going to go to the iOS Developer Center. I've already logged in. I'm going to go to Certificates, Identifiers, and Profiles. And now, the certificates part, you should already have that set up. Um, if you don't, there's plenty of resources out there to show you how to set it up. But um, so the next, so we want to set up our app IDs for our specific apps. And um, when you set up a new one, you're just going to hit the plus button, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. You're going to give it the name, the prefix is done for you. Your bundle ID is going to be this guy right here. If you go into your project and then targets and then general, it's going to be this name here. You can change that. Sometimes it's set in buzztouch when you download your project, but you can go ahead and change that if you want. The only thing you need to make sure is that this bundle ID here matches this one here. And then when we're doing this for in-app billing, so we can't use the wildcard app ID. That's just it uses the star as an asterisk, and that's good. It's supposed to uh, allow you to work as a developer on any of your apps, but because we're dealing with in-app purchase, the wildcard's not going to work. And then it's going to ask you for your services. Just make sure the in-app purchase is checked. And once you're done with that, you can just click continue. You can see I've got, let's see, this is the one I'm using for my app here. It's got Game Center enabled. I'm not really sure how to turn that off, but it's got in-app purchase enabled. It's got my bundle identifier. Um, so everything I need is set up on this one. And then, so now that I've got an app ID, this certificate goes with the specific app that I have that I'm working on in Xcode. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my provisioning profiles, and I'm going to have to build two of them, and I'm going to build two of them using the same app ID that I just made. So you can see I've got it's right here. I've got these two right here. I've got a developer certificate and a distribution certificate, and we'll start with the development. And let's see, yeah, if you want to create a new one, it's going to ask you what type you need. We'll start with the development, hit continue, and then it's going to select an app, ask you to select an app ID. You're just going to want to find the one that you just made, or that I just made here in the app IDs up here. So I had, let's see, I think it was this one right here. I would select that one, then continue. It's going to ask me for my developer certificate. I would select that one, hit continue, and then I'm going to be using my iPhone to test it. And now it's going to want a name. This is where I'm going to cancel out of this, but you should, when you pick your name, because we're doing the developer certificate, make sure you somehow annotate that it's a developer certificate that you're generating, or a developer profile. But so once you get that generated, you're going to download it to your computer. And let's see if I could probably do that here. I got my developer here. It's going to say download. Just so once you get it downloaded, what you're going to do is I saved it in my downloads folder. You're going to find it, your provisioning profile. See, I've got a dev and a distribution here. I'm just going to double click on that, and what it'll do is it'll save it into your keychain and into your Xcode. So that's for the developer certificate. I'm going to do the same thing for a distribution certificate. Go ahead and create a new one. This is going to be App Store. Click continue, select the app ID. So I did the NRCGFEs 2, and then click continue. This is my developer certificate. Now here's the name. I'm gonna, because this is a distribution certificate, I am gonna annotate it with the distribution somehow in there. Um, like I said, with when I did mine, I named it NRCGFES, and then did underscore DIST, and that's the DIST for distribution. So now I'm gonna cancel out of that. I downloaded that certificate the same way that I did the other one. Just go ahead and pull it up here, download it, save it to my downloads folder, and then double clicked on it inside my Finder. Once I did that, you're pretty much done with the certificates. What I'm going to do is go into the iTunes Connect, and I've already logged in here. Let's get out of that one. Let's get out of that. So this is where you'll start when you're in iTunes Connect. I've already got an app created. This is my NRC Generic Fundamentals exam. And so what you'll do to create the manage in-app purchases, I already got the in-app purchase in here, but what you're going to do is create a new one. And then with this particular plugin, you're going to do non-consumable. Just do select. Then once you get in there, you can start filling everything that they ask for in. I mean, they're going to want screenshots. They're going to want notes for the reviewer, whether you're hosting content or not. And most likely, if you're doing a buzztouch, you're probably not hosting. But this product ID, that's really important. That's when we're doing the plugin. This product ID that you put in here is going to be, let's see, it's going to be under the in-app billing info. You're going to put that product ID, same one that you put in here is also what you're going to be putting in here. So once we make that and save it, and that's all you need to do for that. And then we'll just go ahead and see, this is my product ID here. I just use my main name, reverse domain name, and then this last part is what I'm using for this particular in-app purchase, because you can have more than one in-app purchase. What I'd have this com.noobs limited for all of my in-app purchases, but then for each individual one, this last part, that's I'd make a separate identifier for that. And then you can set your pricing, language. I've already got a picture for the reviewer. Once I'm done with that, I can get out of there. So this is the first time I'm going to be submitting in-app purchase with this app. So when I'm ready to actually upload the app, I'll submit this in-app purchase with it. But there's one other thing we need to go over real quick, and that's setting up a test account. So I'm going to go into Manage Users. I'm going to set up a test user. I already set up one here, but we'll go ahead and go over how to set up a second one. You can use your own first and last name. An email address. This can't be the same one as the account that you already have, but you do want it to be an email address that you do have control of, because what they're going to do is send you a confirmation email. So the rest of it's pretty obvious. Select your store. Then once you fill out this and then save it, you'll have an account here that you can use. And then what's going to happen with on your device is you're going to have to log off. When you're testing your app, you're going to have to log off of your normal user account. And this is when you're testing on the actual phone. You're going to have to log out of your normal user account and sign into that test account. And we can go over that in a different video. But so that's it for setting up the iTunes Connect and your developer account.